Have you ever experienced or been a victim of sibling rivalry? It can be very grave when you see siblings from the same parents not being in talking times. Sometimes it can go as far as one sibling killing the other. Don't go anywhere. That's what we'll be looking at in today's gist. Hi everyone, welcome again to this channel where I share with you Bible stories, parables, principles, characters, and lessons. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time, you're welcome. So today I want to be sharing with you about a story of two brothers from the same parents and how they found themselves in this sibling rivalry situation. But before I go into the story, let me give you a brief background on sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry is a situation where there is a perceived or real feeling of unfairness by one or more siblings. It is common, it is normal, but it can be very dangerous and unhealthy when it is not managed. So let's go right into today's story. Today's story is about two brothers from the same parents, Cain and Abel. So Cain and Abel are children of the first man and woman, Adam and Eve. After God had sent Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden for the sin of eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that God told them not to eat, God sent them out of the Garden of Eden. Then Adam knew his wife. He became intimate with his wife, Eve, and she became pregnant. She conceived and gave birth to a son, and they named him Cain. And later, he knew his wife again, and she conceived and gave birth to another son named Abel. Cain was a farmer, a tiller of the ground, while Abel was an hunter, a keeper of sheep. And in the process of time, Cain brought an offering from the produce of the land unto God, and Abel too brought an offering unto God, the finest, the fat portion of some of the firstborn of his flocks. He brought them unto God, and God looked with favor on Abel and his offering. God accepted him, but on Cain and his offering, God did not look with favor. And Cain was angry, and his face was downcast. And God said unto Cain, why are you angry? Why is your countenance falling? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do what is wrong, then sin is knocking at your door. But you can master it. You can rule over it. And later, Cain told Abel that they should go to the field. And when they got to the field, Cain attacked Abel and he killed Abel. And God asked Cain, that where is your brother Abel? And Cain said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the Lord said unto Cain, what have you done? The blood of your brother cries out from the ground. And now you are under a curse. You are driven out from that land where you have shed your brother's blood. And again, when you till the ground, when you cultivate the ground, it will not yield its crop to you. It will not produce its full strength unto you. And also, you will be a restless wanderer on earth. And when the Lord told Cain all this punishment, Cain said unto the Lord that this punishment is too much for me to bear. I have been driven out of the land. I will be a restless wanderer. And when people see me, they will kill me. And the Lord told him, no. Anyone that kills Cain will suffer 7 times his punishment. And the Lord put a mark on him so that anyone who sees him will not kill him. And so Cain left the presence of the Lord to the land of Nod, which was east side of Eden. And there he started his own family. And that brings us to the end of today's story. Now let's go into the lessons. But before I do that, have you subscribed to this channel? Please hit the subscribe button so that this video will be shown to as many people that will benefit from it. Also hit the like button. And if any part of today's story resonates with you, you've learned a lesson or two, or you've even experienced this and you want to share with us how you were able to manage it, kindly drop them in the comment section below. So let's go right into the lesson. And the first lesson from today's story is that whatever offering that you are giving unto God, whatever service that you are rendering unto God, make sure that you are giving your best. Because God is not like man. He knows your heart. He sees the intent of your heart and the quality of the offering or the service that you are giving unto Him. So make sure you give God the best, because it is in your best interest for God to accept you and your offering. And the second lesson from today's story is what God told Cain when he was feeling angry because God accepted Abel's offering but rejected him and his offering. And it can also help us when dealing with sibling rivalry. God told Cain that sin is knocking at his door, but he can master it. He can rule over it. When it comes to the issue of sibling rivalry, we have heard so many times that parents should be careful not to show affection to one child over another. But this time, I want to address that sibling, that child, man or woman, that is having this feeling of unfairness from his or her parents. Look inward. Look at yourself rather than looking at that sibling and feeling jealous, which can lead to envy, hatred, and all manners of evil works. Look inward. Look at yourself. Sometimes it might be something that you're not doing right that is making them to prefer the other over you. So look inward and learn to master how to do things right so that you can prove them wrong, so that you can be accepted, not just to God, to your parents, or wherever you find yourself. God told Cain to master it. He can rule over it, so you can do it also. And the final lesson that I'll be bringing out from today's story is that of Cain. After he has sinned and he was punished, he still pleaded his case before God. So the time when you sin is not the time to run away from God, but the time to run to God. Plead your case before God, because Cain would have gone and indeed be killed by men, but because he pleaded his case before God, God put like a do not touch mark on him that was a sinner. So don't run away from God. Treat God like a father. You can imagine if you have two children and you give them a punishment to go and kneel down. One goes to kneel down without any remorse, but the other pleads with you to have mercy that they will not do it again. Which one do you think you have compassion on as a parent? So also, we should learn to always come back to God, remorseful and in total surrender unto Him. And that brings us to the end of today's stories and lesson. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and drop your comments, your lessons down below in the comment section. Until I come your way again, bye.